And did Donald Trump just apologize to Theresa May? This is the State of America tonight.
She is a tremendous woman. I really look forward to meeting her.
She is the master of small talk. She will probably want to steer clear of politics.
The president blasting Theresa May on her own turf.
I actually told Theresa May how to do it, but she didn't agree with it. She didn't listen to me.
This hit like a giant political explosion.
The indictment charges 12 Russian military officers by name for conspiring to interfere with the 2016 presidential election.
President Trump is scheduled to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday in this major summit in Helsinki. Obviously, this is a big bombshell.
Hello, I'm Kate Baldwin, live in New York. To our viewers watching around the world, this is State of America. Tonight, Friday the 13th, here in the United States, is known as pretty much the unluckiest day of the year. And it appears luck has just run out for a dozen Russian military intelligence officers. After the special counsel released an eye-popping indictment late this afternoon, here's the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein.
The indictment charges 12 Russian military officers by name for conspiring to interfere with the 2016 presidential election. 11 of the defendants are charged with conspiring to hack into computers, steal documents, and release those documents with the intent to interfere in the election. One of those defendants and a 12th Russian military officer are charged with conspiring to infiltrate computers of organizations involved in administering elections, including state boards of election, secretaries of state, and companies that supply software used to administer elections.
All 12 are members of the GRU, Russian military intelligence, and the Justice Department says the hacking targeted Hillary Clinton's campaign, the Democrats' National Party, and the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, even, as he said, state boards of election and companies that developed election software.
This case, as well as the Internet Research Agency, are essentially being transferred out of Mueller's team into the National Security Division of the Department of Justice. Mueller handed them step one of this in IRA, step two in hacking, and now I think DOJ is going to take this and run with it, and Mueller will focus on whether or not any Americans were knowingly involved in this.
Also in this indictment, investigators found that the Russians communicated with someone in touch with the Trump campaign, journalists, and even a congressional candidate. Rosenstein was clear, though, to point out the following, that there is no allegation in this indictment that any American citizen committed a crime, that there is no allegation in this indictment that Americans knew they were corresponding with Russians. There is no allegation in this indictment that the conspiracy impacted the election vote count. Does that mean this could be there could be an allegation in another indictment? We don't know. We only know this bombshell news, and it is just that, bombshell news. And Rosenstein says he informed the president of all of this earlier this week, but still the president had this to say about the Russia investigation today.
They call it the rigged witch hunt. I think that really hurts our country, and it really hurts our relationship with Russia. I think that we would have a chance to have a very good relationship with Russia and a very good relationship with President Putin.
He still thinks it's a witch hunt, even though we're finally getting a forensic analysis of how they tried to hack into the election. And after all of this, he still thinks that he can have a good relationship with Russia. Here's the word from the president's attorney on all things Russia, Rudy Giuliani, tweeting after this indictment came down this. The indictments Rod Rosenstein announced are good news for all Americans. The Russians are nailed. No Americans are involved. Time for Mueller to end this pursuit of the president and say President Trump is completely innocent. Well, let's just be clear. That's not what Rosenstein said. I already laid out what he said above. Regardless, it's obvious most everyone will look at this news through their partisan lens, as you saw from Rudy Giuliani. And Rod Rosenstein did have something to say about that as well.
It's important for us to avoid thinking politically as Republicans or Democrats, and instead to think patriotically as Americans.